Welcome to the Plant-Based Podcast. Did you know that plants are truly amazing? Not only can you grow them and eat them, you can also wear them, drink them, nourish your skin with them, and so much more. Let Ellen and Michael inspire you to love plants as much as they do, as they chat with the movers and shakers in this wonderful plant-based world. So, let's dig in.
Hey guys, our Series 8 sponsors are Floret. They're a farmer-owned cooperative who believe in selecting only the finest, freshest salad mixes, delivering the best salads naturally full of flavour. Did you know their salad bags can be recycled at supermarket soft plastic recycling areas as well? Why not create all kinds of recipes with salad leaves, but how will you make your dish unfloretable? Welcome to the Plant-Based Podcast News.
Your horticultural news roundup for the week.
A 6-part series for More 4 in which a team of judges, including presenter and keen gardener Zoe Ball, will search the UK to find the Garden of the Year. In the series, Zoe, alongside award-winning designer Manoj Mould and former Young Horticulturist of the Year Lachlan Ray, will travel the length and breadth of the country on the hunt for the UK's most spectacular home gardens.
Now, did you know that the Dutch horticultural sector is significantly more profitable than dairy or arable farming there? 133 times more profitable at that. It's valued at around 23 times that of islands, despite it cultivating only around 29% more land. And to put figures on that, that's about 10.6 billion euros in 2020 compared to 0.5 billion in 2019.
This month sees the start of the big butterfly count run by the Butterfly Conservation. Did you know that 2/5 of butterflies in Britain are under threat, and data collected from this big butterfly count will help to assess the effects of climate change and pollution? Check out what you can do by searching for the big butterfly count online.
A green-fingered expert whose job has taken him across the globe over almost 3 decades has returned closer to home for his latest horticultural calling. Self-confessed plantaholic Tim Marshall is just settling into his new role as head gardener at Raby Castle in County Durham, where he will oversee the transformation of the walled garden and grounds of the 55,000-acre site near Staindrop.
And finally, 20-year-old Danny Poland of Irvington in Bloom has this month been awarded his Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award at Holyrood Palace. The Duke of Edinburgh Award is awarded to younger people for their overall citizenship and teaches team building, resilience, confidence and tenacity. Danny is known throughout the village of Irvington for being instrumental in getting their small community into huge horticultural competition, the Britain in Bloom Awards. Irvington is a finalist for this prestigious RHS award.
Tony's an Essex boy, and we stopped once for those horses, and he got out a bag of apples that, you know, you see horses, you think that's what they want. They went crazy for these apples. Tony panicked, freaked out, got back in the car, left me out there with these horses, like, literally trying to eat his 9-year-old's hair. We had to, like, bundle her back in the car. The windows were open, horse's head's in the car.
Oh,
he was eating my back windscreen wiper, one of these horses.
This is what, just so everyone knows.
You're on record already.
This is clearly what it's like to live in Suffolk.
This
That's
is our
all I'm
commute
allowed
to
say.
work, our commute to the Suffolk Jungle Room.
Oh,
It's
get
through
out,
vicious
as
wild
if
horses.
Norfolk's a metropolis.
Norfolk's far more classy. Anyway, we are at Suffolk Jungle Rooms, and this is Introduce Yourself to our listeners.
Oh, I'm
She
Sam.
forgot your name.
That's all right, that was really stylishly done. I'm Sam
was like,
Coe.
hang on, it was stylish until you dropped me in it.
Every time.
Sorry.
Sam Coe from the Suffolk Jungle Room. Thank you so much for coming to see us.
No worries, it's cool.
We've just had a lovely lunch, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get too attacked by wasps, did you? Like, they've all
no.
come out today, which has been crazy.
We haven't had any wasps. I am just sitting here fanning my face
Oh, well,
because
I've-
I'm really warm.
I've been whacking them all with menus. Our menus are on little clipboards, which are the perfect size to
Yeah.
kill wasps. So that's how I've spent some of my afternoon.
But this is so cool because this is basically a houseplant cafe, dare I say, in the middle of nowhere.
Absolutely. We are in the middle of nowhere. That's what we were just talking about. My
Yeah.
commute into work is through a field with wild horses, and we're kind of 20 minutes away from Diss, which is in Norfolk,
Yeah.
but we are in Suffolk. The other side of Holston, if anyone knows where that
Yeah.
place is. And yeah, it's very, very rural. So we have the benefit of having guests and customers who are from the local village and have nothing else to go to. But also people who drive, and a lot of people drive over because we hold some houseplants and people come over and they either come for coffee and end up leaving with a plant they didn't know they needed, or they come specifically for plants and end up leaving with like full tummies from lunch. So yeah,
that's
it works
cool.
both ways, basically.
it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well, we just started our new series 8, last Sunday, and we talked to a lady called August, she's on Instagram called August Garden, and we talked to her about career switching because
Okay.
she used to be an air hostess.
Oh, wow.
And now she works as a head gardener.
Le Manoir, Belmont Le
Wow.
Manoir, yeah.
Gosh,
And
and what
so-
a gorgeous name, August.
I know.
Oh, it's so cool. It's
Yeah.
her month coming up, isn't it?
It's totally gorgeous, and she does so much at Le Manoir, and now she works with children gardening as well. But you just think that she has
Nice.
gone from this like crazy high-flying
Yeah.
career
Yeah.
to gardening, and she couldn't be happier. You know, it's amazing.
Well,
So-
it's really similar for Tony and I, actually. So
Well,
Tony's my
that's why we
partner.
wanted to talk to you today, because you kind of potentially like a career switcher as well, business
Yeah,
switcher.
massively
Yeah.
so. So I was a touring musician up until the dreaded COVID. And
that's cool.
What
Sorry,
is a touring
hang on,
musician?
that's really cool.
Like Danny Minogue.
No, nothing like Danny Minogue. I mean, I
Oh.
can dream.
That's my only reference point, sorry.
I'm a singer-songwriter, and I had an album out in 2019 that was doing really well in the kind of UK country Americana chart. And I
She
was
loves country.
Oh my
Do you?
God.
Okay.
Hold on.
This is cool. So then I was
amazing.
in February 2020, I guess. Yeah, 2020. I was doing some shows in America, and I flew back, and on the flight, I believe, I actually caught COVID. You know, at the beginning when everyone was like going to houses in hazmat suits and stuff, and it was really scary, you know. And my producer and I came back, and we had COVID, and we were really poorly, and my European tour was then subsequently cancelled. I was meant to be doing 3 weeks in Europe. All pulled out from underneath my feet. Really horrible time, but I'm very aware I'm not the only one, the only musician that's affected. And at this point, Tony and I were kind of like together, but you know, I was travelling, he was working, and he was in commercial refrigeration, which isn't cool. I didn't mean the pun there. I didn't mean it. It just happened.
You won't get that from Danny Minogue.
You would not. But yeah, he was doing this job which was quite corporate, and he wasn't enjoying it. And then we had a really weird situation where Tony's 2 children, he's got an 11-year-old Madison and a 9-year-old Molly. Hello, girls, because I know they'll kill me if I don't do that.
Hello, girl.
They're literally the best kids in the world. They're fantastic. They came to live with us overnight. Pretty bit horrible situation, I won't go into it, but they live with us now, which is great. And we all of a sudden realised that our careers, me travelling with music and him going around the country selling fridges, it wasn't working for us needing to care for the
As a
kids.
family,
As
yeah.
family, yeah. The kids needed us there for, you know, emotional support after what they've been through and lots of other reasons. To take them to school, to take them to their social life, you know, all of this stuff. So we decided that we wanted to have a change of career. During lockdown, I'd got majorly into houseplants, like a lot of people had. And I'm the personality that needs to know everything about it. You know, I can't just have a plant and enjoy it because it's green.
You
and
wanna
it's in a nice
know
pot.
everything.
Exactly. So I'd become quite obsessed with that. Tony had kind of come along for the ride on that as well. You know, he was just putting up with it more than anything. And he used to be a chef, and we said, okay, well, let's start a business. And I wanted to start a houseplant shop. And he was like, okay, well, garden centres work because you have plants and coffee. This is how they work. People go for one or the other. So we decided to combine it with a kind of a cafe, but like a slightly higher end cafe where people can come and have a really nice kind of Mediterranean style lunch. And we found this building here in Metfield, like you say, in the middle of absolutely nowhere, deepest, darkest Suffolk. Fell in love with it. It had a gorgeous kind of patio area view out over the rolling Suffolk fields, and we kind of left that viewing really concerned, actually. We kind of went, oh God, this is perfect, knowing that life was about to change, knowing that we were about to take a real leap in the dark. So that was August 2021, and we're now in July 2022, and we opened here in February this year, so we've been running about 5 months now, and it's been really enjoyable, hugely enjoyable. You talk about August saying it's like best decision she could have made, moving from being an air hostess. Well, I feel exactly the same. You think you have this lifestyle where you're just everywhere, and you're traveling and you're so lucky, and actually I feel more blessed now that I'm like doing what I love.
Travel is not all glamour, no.
No, it isn't. Particularly as a musician. My final gig, I got changed in a cupboard. It's not glamorous, and it's it's difficult to make a lifestyle and make money out of it as well. But I'm just really lucky now. Like we are close to the kids and we're close to their school, and Tony and I work together, and we haven't killed each other yet.
I know, I was going to say, he's still here.
Still here. And I think it's very much because we have separate kind of, he does the cooking and the food and the kind of the development of the menu, and I do more of the kind of the business side and looking after the plants. And plants are loving this hot weather, by the way. They are really enjoying the constant mistings. So it's been a really nice change up of career, and although a really big risk, it has, touch wood,
so far it's working. Hey, you could have music nights here. Couldn't you?
Someone said that. I'm at that point now where I kind of don't want to combine the two, just because I'm still stinging a bit from the tour being cancelled and all this kind of stuff.
But this might be a way to soothe that.
Yes, do you know what? You're completely
just like
right.
letting people enjoy your music and you being able to still perform.
And I like
and in your own venue, that's even better.
Well, there's a series of gigs that happen in a record shop in Nashville. I think it's in Nashville, called Tiny Desk Concerts. And we've got a similar kind of space here behind our counter, and I do keep thinking it would be so cool to have like some little minis and stream them.
Totally do that.
Yeah, and I think it will happen at some point. It's going to, because I already miss music. I don't necessarily miss performing, but I just miss being around that kind of vibe.
Well, that's so cool, and what a big change! Like you see musicians, and you think, wow, it's amazing in front of all these people and having such talent. What an amazing job or career! But like you just said, like the travel is difficult. It's not all glamorous, and you feel more settled being here in Suffolk.
And I also think, as a musician, I was a songwriter. That was my main talent was writing of songs. And I've been really lucky. I've worked with some great people in my career.
Shania,
no.
This is the only country I know. Are there any others?
Carrie Underwood.
Yes, Carrie Underwood. I mean, Shania is the queen of all of this. But do you know what? Just because you are talented at perhaps writing or singing doesn't necessarily mean that everything that goes alongside that is your personality. And I did used to struggle a little bit with the being away and not having like feet on the ground almost, and like stability and like a home, and being in a suitcase. Not actually in a suitcase, living from one.
There's a live tractor.
We have to say,
farm background.
You're too noisy.
First of all, obviously we're in Suffolk, so there was bound to be a tractor at some point. But we are sitting outside, and also probably at one of the busiest times of day, because Michael and I have been sitting here and it hasn't been noisy whatsoever. Also, I know you just moved that closer to you, but actually you are the loudest.
Oh, so you've already planned it.
So it's here because it means that we need to get us, and you can always be there.
I think like it's harvest time. Like everyone's been cutting wheat and crops and stuff and baling hay, so we've had a lot of like farmers coming in very dusty.
Oh my god, this is so interesting to learn about, though, because this is the perfect follow-on to last week's episode, having another career switcher.
It's so nice.
And we didn't even imagine that when we pulled up here today. I just knew as a houseplant cafe, border of Suffolk, Norfolk, I have to go there. That's all I knew.
And we had to meet like midway, and this is kind of midway between where we both live.
Definitely.
And here you are.
Oh, well, do you know what? I really think the pandemic made a lot of people rethink career choices, didn't it, as well, And I'm bored of talking about the pandemic. I'm sure you guys are as well. help, but it really does. That
But we
whole
also
kind of
have to acknowledge what it did for changing our outlooks and our lifestyles as
definitely.
well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And back to the whole plant situation, like so many people realise the health benefits of having things to care for, things
And also
at
the
home.
slowness, the focus that offers as well.
It has taught me patience. It really has enormously taught me patience.
The pandemic or having plants?
Plants, genuinely,
Yeah.
like seeing something unfurl, like buying a new plant, watching it grow, has slowed me down, slowed my
cool.
brain down.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It helps you to focus and concentrate, and you feel like responsible for something as well.
Yeah,
You're helping
definitely.
to nurture something.
I feel
Definitely.
responsible for Ellen.
Actually, I would say I'm more responsible for you.
I have to say, I love, we're at the front of the cafe here, and there's some big troughs filled with courgette plants that are ready to harvest.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
really
the
cool.
coolest
Yeah.
thing, because you use those in the recipes, I guess.
We are going to, so we actually give them away to people as well. So there's some. Feel free to take some courgettes
Help
at the
yourself.
end in our olive tree. At the
I
moment.
don't want
We
to
know
take
what you're
any.
doing. It's a glut.
Yeah.
That's not a gift. That's a glut.
I'm not taking any courgettes.
No.
Make them into
We know what
courgettes.
happens with courgettes. It is never a gift.
Usually mine end up in your fridge when you're not there. I just put them in the hope that...
No way.
It was, do you know what? It's our landlord's fault. Dan, who owns Surefire's, the stove and workshop next door to us. He's a really cool guy. He's our landlord, and he kept saying to me, "You've got to put something in these planters," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do it."
And
I
this
just
is an
didn't
easy
do
thing
it.
to put in as well.
And he just took control. He was like, "Now you have courgettes." So people from the village just come and get them now, which
But
is
they look
cute.
so
That's a really
healthy
good
as
idea.
well.
Yeah, they're really...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. These ones are dramatically smaller over this end, and I'm not sure why. But
Is it just a different variety?
I have no idea, and they're all planted at the same time. But
Well,
our,
that's good, then you won't get a glut.
Exactly. But our one of our guys who works for us, Mark, he's absolutely lovely, and he's very green fingered, so he's kind of in charge of outdoor plants.
So
and
basically, you could
courgettes.
come to Suffolk Jungle Rooms, buy a house plant, have some, nice food, and take a courgette.
That's so nice food talking right now.
That was my lunch
courgette.
talking.
Oh, no, that's brilliant. No, I
Yeah.
love what you guys have done here.
Yeah, it's really
Thank you
cool.
so much.
Thank
It's
you.
really kind of you to come and see us as well, and you're welcome anytime.
Oh, no
Come
worries.
and see us again.
Thank you.
For me, it was an hour down small country lanes over cattle grids, but I made the trip.
It's quite dangerous, past those dangerous wild horses.
No, it was gorgeous. Really gorgeous. Yeah, because Suffolk's better than Norfolk at the end of the day.
Oh, here we go
Bye.
again. Bye. Everything produced by Floret, sponsors of Series 8 of the podcast, is grown by a network of passionate local farmers who make quality and freshness their top priority. Whatever the dish, savour the flavour and make it unfloretable.
The music for the Plant Based podcast is part of the song Grow by Mikey James, and our editor is Gareth Patch of Semi Echo.